Let's study today about a very important process called transpiration. Transpiration is the process in which aerial parts of the plant lose water in the form of water vapor. Aerial means the ones which are in the air, that is basically the shoot. Transpiration mainly occurs through the stomata, which are present in the epidermis of the leaves or in the young green stems. It also occurs through the cuticle, a waxy covering present on the surface of the leaves, and also through lenticels, which are openings present on old woody stems. So basically, transpiration occurs through three structures: stomata, lenticels, and cuticle. The next question which comes to our mind is, why do plants transpire? The main purpose of transpiration is to cool down the plant and also to create a suction force which is called transpiration pull, so that upward movement of water occurs in the plants along with minerals. This water is a raw material for photosynthesis and is also required to maintain turgidity of the cells. Some other activities also need the water, but main purpose is it's a raw material for photosynthesis and helps to maintain turgidity of the cells, due to which the plant is able to stand erect. The minerals are needed by different parts of the plant to perform various activities. So, mark the definition of transpiration, note down the significance, that is cooling effect, and to create a transpiration pull or a suction force which helps in distribution of water and minerals to different parts of the plant. Transpiration is often referred to as a necessary evil. Imagine this tree standing out in the hot sunny afternoon, losing its much needed water. So, why do we call it a necessary evil? Evil because the tree or the leaves often get dehydrated when they transpire excessively, but necessary because it will die if it will not transpire. It needs to cool itself. So, a tree might die standing in the hot sun otherwise also. So, it's better that it transpires, loses the water, cools itself, might get dehydrated a bit, but it recovers usually after its loss. Here are some simple experiments to demonstrate transpiration. In the first experiment, we have a potted plant, and this plant only is covered with a polythene bag and kept out in the sun. Now, after few hours, we'll observe tiny droplets of water on the inner side of the polythene bag. So, from where have these droplets come? These droplets have are been formed due to condensation of water vapor which was removed from these leaves. It condensed on the inner cooler sides of the polythene bag. The second question which is asked is, why the whole plant along with the pot not covered with polythene bag? Then we would not be sure that whether these water droplets have come from the vapor coming out from the aerial parts of the plant, or from the surface of the soil, or from the surface of the pot, because pot also has tiny holes in it. It's an earthen pot, and soil has lots of soil water, so that will also evaporate. We just want to be sure that these droplets have come out from the aerial parts of the plant by transpiration and not from the soil by evaporation. So this is a simple experiment used to demonstrate transpiration. Now, one paper is used to show or for as an evidence of transpiration, and that is called cobalt chloride paper. Our next experiment is based on this only. You will find here we take a potted plant and we cover it with a glass bell jar, and here you will find tiny moisture droplets, just like what we do in a case of a polythene bag. Here you will see the pot is covered by a polythene bag to ensure that these droplets have come only by transpiration and not by evaporation. In the second setup, we use cobalt chloride paper. Now, normally this paper is pink in color, but when it comes in contact with moisture, it turns blue. So we keep normally it is blue in color. In contact with moisture, it turns pink. So In this case, we will find blue cobalt chloride paper turning into pink. Here another bell jar in which a blue cobalt chloride paper is kept. This will remain blue because no potted plant has been kept here, no moisture came in contact. So here only droplets of water can be seen because it was lost by transpiration. Here we see a change in color in the cobalt chloride paper from blue to pink. That is dry, it is blue in color, moist, it turns pink. So because of moisture, it has turned pink in color. Here no change in color of the cobalt chloride paper because no plant is there and no moisture is there. So this experiment is showing that during transpiration, water vapor is given out, because of which cobalt chloride paper is changing its color. So change in color of cobalt chloride paper is an evidence for photosynthesis.